Kindly check the recording. We shall start the sessions. A very good morning to everyone and a warm happy new year. And I'm Dr. Rahalya. And it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to the 11th webinar of Manage Fisheries Innovation Startup Hub Fortnightly Webinar Series. As we step into New Year, we also step into new opportunities, innovations, and collaboration for the fisheries sector. And before we begin today's session, I would like to briefly introduce about the Manage Fishery Innovation Startup Incubation. So, MANAGE-FISHub is a newly established national level incubation and innovation hub at the National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, Hyderabad, supported by the Department of Fisheries, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. So, this hub is dedicated to transforming the fisheries aquaculture sector through technology, entrepreneurship, and ecosystem development. Through MANAGE-FISHub, we offer a range of incubation, mentoring, and capacity building programs that empower startups and innovators to scale their ideas into successful ventures. And I'm proud to tell you that in 2025 alone, we have successfully delivered 7 national level programs reaching participants for more than 25 states and union territories. And we hosted 76 expert led sessions, engaging 1,473 participants from India, from startups and industry, fostering meaningful dialogue across the fisheries value chain. This impact has been driven by focused initiatives such as incubation and pre-incubation programs, the Aqua Eureka programs, fisheries startup and aquapreneurship stakeholders meet, and our fortnightly webinar series on internship and capacity building initiatives, all working together to build a vibrant, future-ready fisheries innovation system. As we welcome 2026, we look forward to deepening our impact by connecting innovators, entrepreneurs, students, investors, and policymakers to build a vibrant and resilient fisheries innovation ecosystem in India. With this, let us begin today's session on innovation in shrimp farming, business, and startup opportunities. We look forward to an insightful and engaging discussion today. And once again, wishing you all a very happy new year and a wonderful learning experience today. Without delay, I would like to start the today's session. And to introduce our first speaker, I would like to call our manage intern Santosh.
Thank you, Rahalya ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Santosh, MANAGE-FISHub team. I am so the first speaker of today's session, the father of fisheries in Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Sipagiri Nyaneswar. Dr. Nyaneswar is a legendary name in the fisheries sector, whose lifelong dedication has played a transformative role in shaping the growth and development of fisheries in Andhra Pradesh. With over 40 years of experience in shrimp farming spanning from fisheries administration, policy formulation, institution development, mentorship, and capacity building, he has been instrumental in laying strong foundation for sustainable fisheries, shrimp farming, and aquaculture in the state. Widely respected for his visionary leadership, deep domain knowledge, and people-centric approach, Dr. Nyaneswar has tirelessly worked for the upliftment of the fisheries sector in our country. His contribution towards fisheries have earned him a well-deserved title of Walking Library in Aquaculture. Through his guidance and vision, Dr. Nyaneswar continues to inspire fisheries professionals and aquapreneurs, shaping a legacy of excellence in the sector. With this brief introduction, I'd like now hand over the session to Dr. Sipagiri Nyaneswar, sir. Over to you, sir.
Shall I start? I am Dr.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Yeah. Thank you, one and all, for giving me an opportunity to speak. Dr. Shravan Raj, Dr. Ahalya, Mr. Santosh Kumar, and Amarnenis Ravi Kumar, and all the participants. Good morning. Happy New Year to you all. Let us now enter into the actual subject, business opportunities in shrimp farming. I would like to first thank Dr. Shaktivel, who is the first person in India who initiated Indian Aquaculture Expo. He was the then chairman for APE Day. He started conducting an Indian Aquaculture Expo for educating and giving information for upcoming entrepreneurs, farmers in opting shrimp culture. So first we have to salute Dr. Shaktivel, who was the then chairman for MPEDA in 1991. He initiated shrimp farming because he being the chairman or CEO for the MPEDA, he identified the importance of export-oriented food organisms like fishes, shrimps, crabs, and all. Thus, how he initiated shrimp farming in India in the year 1991 by conducting a wonderful and first Indian aquaculture expo. For that, I was an invited speaker as an individual private consultant in the field of aquaculture. Right. See, shrimp is a nutritious, delicious, and easy to cook, boneless, and very preferred like hot cake throughout the world as a food item. The moment you say that I have shrimp, say 10 kg, 100 kg, half a ton, 1 ton, like that, the buyers will run to you. So that much importance is there for shrimps. See, the shrimps basically are marine in nature, while prawns are freshwater in nature. But people in common, they say all are prawns, all are as shrimps. But only marine ones are supposed to be named or designated as shrimps. Whereas the prawns, these are all freshwater in nature and absolutely bigger in size to that of shrimps. But in common man's language, all are shrimps, all are prawns, right? The shrimp culture can be opted wherever either freshwater or brackish water or saline water is available. And now, right from 1991 onwards, when there was no seed, when there was no feed factory, and the seeds were constrained, feeds were constrained, but still the shrimp farming, or rather the prawn farming, started coming up in a high level in throughout the India. But Andhra Pradesh farmers are so active, and we have been guiding them right from site selection till they go for harvest. So that is how the shrimp farming started growing right from 1991 to till date. Shrimps are hotcakes. There is no problem or worry either in marketing, because India itself is having 141 crores of population, and whatever the shrimps or prawns that we are producing are being exported to foreign countries because they prefer these delicious shrimps or prawns. For the last maybe 3 months or 4 months, 40% of shrimps on the table of Americans were from India only. Japan, East European countries, America, these are all the basic buyers from us. Almost 99.9% shrimps are being exported to foreign countries. And we were in the first position because we were having that much manpower and interested farmers, dedicated entrepreneurs, and with the initiation of large-scale shrimp farming culture ponds and establishing the shrimp hatcheries have been started. Now in India, we see more than 600 shrimp hatcheries. And besides, for making feed, there are almost 1,000 shrimp feed making manufacturers. But very frankly speaking, in the year 1991 or in the 90s, there was difficulties in getting the seeds. We from Agriculture University, when I was a scholar, we used to train the fishermen how to collect the natural larvae, post larvae of the Vanamai or priorly Penis monodon, the tiger prawns, and that has become and that has come out an avocation for the fishermen communities, because early in the morning by 3:30 they used to go to the sea belt and they used to keep some herbal plants in reverse position in wherever the marine waters through the tidal wave come and store. So when they keep these herbal plants, the post larvae of Pinus monodon tiger used to come, lakhs of larvae used to come and land over the twigs of the herbs. That is how we used to collect the shrimp seeds for culture practices right from 91 to 94 or even up to 2000. Then number of hatcheries have started coming, and the technology they have imported, rather brought, guided by our own Indian scientists, backed by Thailand, Philippines, Americans, like that. Now we have number of hatcheries. One and very important point is, for a business opportunity, anyone nowadays, even in where absolute zero saline water is available, you can opt shrimp culture. Absolute saline water is available, you can opt shrimp culture. And even brackish water, where the rivers join into the sea, there also you can go for opting the brackish water shrimp culture. Basically, or majorly, the Pinus monodon was very dominant in culture practices. But later on, due to some viral infections, SEMBV, the culture practices of monodon was stopped, and we have chosen other alternative species like Pinus vanamoi or Leptopinus vanamoi. These Leptopinus vanamoi are specific pathogen-free species, and they are confirmed that there are no viral or very serious bacterial infections in this vanamoi culture practices. Very frankly speaking, we, the scientific community of aquaculture, we say that it is Pinus vanamoi is none other than it is Indian breed only. It was migrated through waters to the American waters, and there they have named it as Pinus vanamoi. But they could able to establish the breeding technology and able to produce specific pathogen-free shrimps and shrimp seeds for culture practices. So if I go back again for opportunities for rearing shrimp culture, there is no doubt anyone can opt wherever water is available. In Anantapur, where there is source of drain water like Tadakaleru air, which is a streak like that, through which all the drainage waters passes through that streak. There itself, by utilizing the drainage waters, I have with my farmers cultured vanamoi shrimp in 2016 in Anantapur, which is known to be a drought prone area. But still, we could able to go for rearing shrimps in a successful mode. So, shrimps can be opted for culture practices right from 1 acre. Even a farmer who is having 1 acre, not even 1 acre, in Machilipatnam area, one of my farmer who is having only 1/4 acre, where he has stocked vanamoi shrimp and successfully able to produce 1 crore rupees worth shrimps by rearing the shrimps in 3 continuous culture practices, and also by having all facilities, all very good infrastructure facilities. Thus, I can say a farmer with having even half an acre, quarter acre, or nowadays the biofloc systems, or I can say, instead of saying biofloc, I say plastic tank or cotton canvas tank culture practices. We can even keep the water containing tanks even on the roof of your apartment, maybe it is on 10th floor or even in the 5th floor, wherever it is, or even on the ground floor. If you have sufficient amount of water, say for example, 5 liters of water flow per second with a facility of bore water, you can go for starting shrimp culture. Or if there is a natural pond or natural lake or natural reservoir having minimum of 10 acres area, you can go for 1 hectare shrimp culture pond adjacent to that lake, pond or reservoir. So people think that actually for shrimp culture, we need a lot of water because these species like fishes, prawns, shrimps, crabs, they live in water itself. They think that lot of water is required. No. For producing one egg, one has to produce 300 liters of water. For getting 1 liter of milk from a buffalo, we need 3000 liters of water. But whereas for shrimp or for fish, because these are all poikilotherms and they have very low protein exchange or energy flow is very slow and small, not slow, it is very small energy flow is there. Thus, the water required for producing 1 kg of shrimps is hardly 250 liters. See, the volume of water required for rearing shrimps or fishes is hardly 250 liters. Even for producing 1 potato, we need minimum 300 liters of water. People may ask, how is it? Say for producing the grass, which later on consumed by the buffalo and it gives 1 liter of milk. For that, we need 3000 liters of water. But whereas for producing 1 kg of shrimp or fish, we need only 250 liters of water. So, my dear friends, students, entrepreneurs, there is broad scope for shrimp culture in India. Wherever you are, if you have water facility, whether it is fresh, sweet or marine, we can opt shrimp culture and the product which you produce immediately will have market rate or market sale. For example, in the case of Anamai, even if you rear for 60 days, the shrimp attains 100 count, each piece having an on average 10 grams individual weight. That will have about 200 rupees purchase price or sale price. So within 60 days, or if you really prefer and you have all good facilities and there are no climatic problems and disease problems, you can continually rear for 90 days, that is 3 months. You will get 400 rupees price for the grown out shrimps, maybe 40 count or 36 count or in between 30 to 50 count. So even the price goes high depending upon the count. What is count? Count is nothing but how many pieces are there, shrimps are there in 1 kilo. If there are 30 pieces, it is 30 count. If there are 40 pieces, it is 40 count, like that. So even for 100 count, which we get within 60 days of culture period, you will get 200 rupees more than that. In nowadays, today, yesterday's price was, it was 255 also. So minimum we can get 200 to 210, 30 rupees per kilo for 2 months culture period. So thus shrimps are hotcakes. Shrimps have wonderful market throughout the world and it is very easy. I can say like Ramayana, katte kotte techa. Just dug out the pond or fill in the water, stock with shrimps. Just try to maintain the biofloc. Biofloc is nothing but the natural foods of the aquatic organisms, which are plant in nature are named as phytoplankton, which are animal in nature named as zooplankton. that can be obtained or produced in required quantities just by adding organic or inorganic fertilizers in required quantities, we can get abundant natural food. Of course, along with that, if the stocking density is high, see, when we go in detail with shrimp culture, there are traditional culture practices, intensive, super intensive, semi intensive, like that. There are various kinds of culture practices in shrimp. Whatever that you opt, definitely by maintaining good amount of natural foods, we can reduce the investment cost for shrimp production, right? So shrimp culture is as easy as that, and one can opt shrimp culture for his livelihood. And nowadays, even though Russia, America, because of their tariff, we have stopped exporting to America, but fortunately, Indian government has taken stringent action, and now we are tied up with Russia and many other East European countries, and there is no problem in selling the shrimp. Fortunately, India itself is rich by population, and now we are in the first position in the world in the case of population. So we can also, and we are also trying to get good market throughout India itself. And one more very important point is, generally in India, 80% of the human population are definitely non-vegetarians. They take shrimps, fishes as their regular food. But people in olden days used to think that shrimps are costly. No. Nowadays, the mutton of the meat of the goat or the sheep is costing per kilo around 800 to 1000 rupees, whereas our shrimps are hardly 300 rupees. So the sale price is just 300 to 400 rupees. So shrimps are very delicious, boneless, easy to cook, easy to have. It is a delicacy if anyone comes to our house as a guest. So rearing of shrimps is easy, and also it has got wonderful market throughout the world and also in India itself. My dear students, entrepreneurs, aspirants who wanted to opt shrimp culture as their livelihood or an avocation, they can definitely opt. Yes, there are some problems we have faced, but now we are able to overlook. And one very important point I would like to highlight is, I have been telling this since maybe 1997 onwards. There is a calendar for shrimp culture in India. Don't go for opting shrimp culture in the months of October, November, December, because these 3-4 months are very cold climate seasons. Our temperatures, water temperatures are going as low as 18 degrees, below 18 degrees. So we need to have at least about 27 degrees temperature, which starts from, right now we are in the same period, that is the month of January. So let all the shrimp farmers start preparing your ponds or your tanks right from the first week of January, and go for stocking the seeds in the ponds after Sankranti, that is after 15th or 16th of January. So January you have stock 15 days, then February, March. By April first week you can go for harvesting. The temperatures are, they're shooting up right from Sankranti days, and definitely the suitable temperature prevails in the environment. Thus, no diseases occur. and you can happily harvest the shrimps within 60 to 90 days. And second crop, you will start in the month of April, maybe after 15th of April. April, May. May is the peak temperature that prevails in India. May and June. And even if extended up to July, you can second fortnight of July, you can extend. So these 6 months, January to July, these 6 months is highly convenient for culture practices of shrimps or prawns in India. Don't go for shrimp culture after rainy season. When the rains start, simply convert your ponds for fish culture or go for very less stocking densities, preferring shrimps, keeping hope on the God. And actually speaking, India as being a tropical country, our temperatures are fantastic and our agroclimatic conditions are very suitable. And India is rich in water. We have almost 1100 kilometers of length coastal belt for Andhra Pradesh and more than 7,500 kilometers of coastal belt, Arabian Sea, Hindu Mahasamudra, and Bay of Bengal. We have abundant sea waters. And India is having the perennial rivers like Ganga, Godavari, Brahmaputra, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada. So all these freshwaters and freshwater lake, the world's second largest lake, Koleru, and the Pulikatu Lake, which is a saltwater lake, all these provides us sufficient water resources for shrimp culture. My dear friends, if you have any questions, you can ask me. There is no doubt or rearing or opting shrimp as an business opportunity. Anyone can opt. Even doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants, they also are opting as their secondary avocation for earning sufficient money. So anyone, an educated, uneducated, senior citizen, youth, women, anyone can opt. And very fortunately, under PMMSY scheme, the NFDB, National Fisheries Development Board, provides you about 7 lakhs for 2 hectares of your pond. So you have subsidy, you have good market, and easy to rear, and problems are almost 80% minimized. There is very guarantee of getting good price for your product. Again, I would like to say, in the entire world, even today, 40% of the population are not having required delicious, proteinaceous food. We are producing, we are giving food for the human community. So I suggest, with reference to all our senior scientists, I thank them all for introducing shrimp culture and a vacation for anyone. Right? If any questions, anything you want to ask, I think it is 11:30. I would like to say goodbye and I am ready to answer all your questions. And to conclude, I would like to thank you all the managed, right from Director Shravan Raj, Rahalya, Santosh, and all the staff members, and the next speaker, Mr. Amarnan Ravi Kumar, or the audience, those who are listening to my lectures. I have written 18 books on aquaculture, published 300 papers on aquaculture for educating the farmers in Telugu, English, and now on 8th, I am publishing, my book is ready on Bharat Mein Matsya Krushi. First I wrote Royal Pempakamu, Chapal Pempakamu, Mutyala Pempakamu, like such books in Telugu, and more than 300 papers, 80 teleprograms through ETV, Delhi Doordarshan, and many other television organizations. and I have written 18 books in Telugu, English, and Hindi. So, my dear friends, students, entrepreneurs, definitely choose, opt shrimp culture as your business opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for such an inspiring and power-backed session on business opportunities in shrimp farming. Hope I'm audible to you, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Amma. Yes.
Yeah.
Note.
Yeah. So your insights on the vast scope of shrimp farming and India's rise as a global hub truly broaden our perspective. The clarity, the real world examples, and depth of your expertise made the session both informative and motivating. And above all, your enthusiasm and positive energy kept us fully engaged and set a vibrant tone for the new year. It was a session that not only informed us but also energized and inspired us to think bigger in the fisheries sector. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir, for sharing your expertise with us. So participants, if you have any questions regarding this session, you can keep in chat box and also you can raise your hands. So the questions will be taken up after the second speaker presentation. So Gyaneshwar sir, kindly don't go. We will have the discussion after the second speaker presentation. So yeah, to introduce our second speaker, I would like to call our managing intern, Kalaiwani.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Kalaiwani from the MANAGE-FISHub team. It's my great pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Amarnani Ravikumar, a highly experienced aquaculture consultant and shrimp pathologist with over 26 years of professional experience in the shrimp and aquaculture industry. He holds a master's in aquaculture and has built expertise in shrimp disease diagnosis, water quality analysis, biofloc shrimp nursery practices, and hatchery management. He runs his own disease diagnosis laboratory and is actively involved as a partner in Alpha Biochemicals and Blue Star Marine Shrimp Hatchery, where he contributes to improving shrimp health and productivity on the ground level. Beyond consultancy, Dr. Ravikumar conducts training programs for farmers, entrepreneurs, and industry stakeholders on critical aspects of aquaculture practices. With his intensive field experience and technical foundation in sustainable aquaculture, Dr. Amarnani Ravikumar continues to play a significant role in strengthening the fishery sector. With this brief introduction, I now invite Dr. Amarnani Ravikumar sir to kindly take over the session.
So thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. First of all, I'd like to thank MANAGE-FISHub for giving me this opportunity to share a presentation. In fact, as you introduced me, I'm a pathologist, but I was asked to talk on innovations in shrimp farming. My hatchery packing went up to 11 o'clock last night, and 11 to 11:30 I was sitting in my office and made a presentation. Whatever it has come to my mind, I put it in the form of a PowerPoint presentation and shared last night around 11:30 to your staff. So same thing I'm going to present now. Just a minute, let me share my screen. Okay, so startup business opportunities in shrimp farming. So first of all, I'll give a brief introduction about the industry, different verticals of our industry. We have broodstock multiplication center where we source PPLs. We call it as parent PLs from abroad, from nucleus breeding centers that are located in the USA, and they grow it up to 6 to 8 months, and they supply the broodstock to the hatcheries. Now there are around 500 plus hatcheries in India, and we source broodstock from either broodstock multiplication centers or directly from nucleus breeding centers from US, and rear produce Noplay, and then we supply post larvae to the farmers. And there are nurseries. There are around 300 shrimp nurseries in India, where they source post larvae from hatcheries, grow it up to 21 to 30 days, and they supply to farmers. And there are around 70,000 farmers in India growing shrimps. And there are supporting industries like feed manufacturing, feed suppliers, where they manufacture feed and supply to the farmers. And another sector is health products. So there are probiotics, other feed supplements suppliers are there, and there are some diagnostic labs located in India, and there are some pre-processing plants where they do pre-processing and supply material to the processing plants. And finally, the last step is processing plants, and they export shrimps to the other countries. This is about different verticals in industry. So According to me, there are several problems in our shrimp industry. Every problem is an opportunity for a startup. So bigger the problem you solve, bigger the returns you get. And uh, most of the times, startup, they think that it's a totally an innovative idea. It may not be an innovative idea, but it may be an improvement over the existing solutions. I'll give you an example of auto feeders in my next slides. And the thing is, think out of the box. Don't think in a normal way. Think out of the box. Then only you get startup ideas. And another major problem for most of the startups is finance. But if your idea is sound and if you can solve a bigger problem, there are several venture capital funds. They're willing to finance these startup companies. For example, there is one popular venture capital fund in the world is Hatch. Their head office is in Singapore. Now another startup has come. They're called as Striber, Stryber. They're also from Singapore. And if you have a sound idea, if you can solve a bigger problem, funds is not at all a problem. Then coming to the startup opportunities, there are biological solutions. There are industry needs biological solutions, industry needs chemical solutions, industry needs mechanical solutions, industry needs software and AI solutions, and industry needs financial solutions. And there may be a startup may be the combination of some of the above needs. So before going to the problems in detail, I'd like to give you a few examples of highly successful startup companies in India. First of all, it's Aristogene Biosciences. They have a biological solution. It's a Bangalore-based startup company, and this company, they had a project. That project is sponsored by DBT, Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. They did a lot of research on bacteriophages, and they have developed a product. They have developed a product that can control Vibrio species. So first they have started with the hatcheries. They started supplying bacteriophages to the hatchery. After successful launching of this product, then they focused on farms, and then they focused on nursery. For hatcheries, they have supplied a product called as Vibrio Shield that can effectively control human sense vibriosis. And for farms, they have supplied a product called as Elixir. With that, we are able to effectively control Vibrio problems in the farms. And they have developed a product for nursery. It's a combination of both the hatchery and farm. So certain phases were meant for the hatchery and certain phases meant for the farm was clubbed together, and they have formulated a bacteriophage for the nursery. So all the three are successfully running. Now again, they have expanded to fish. Now they have developed a bacteriophage for Aeromonas and Pseudomonas bacterial problems. And you can see on the right, it's a tin of AeroShield. They got a very good recognition in the world. In Global Aquaculture Innovation Award, they got in 2022 in Gold Conference, USA. They got a Global Aquaculture Innovation Award for the year 2022. So another startup I'd like to, it's also a biological startup, is called as INV Bio. So every hatchery, shrimp hatchery, we have a different division for Artemia. We call it as the Artemia hatching division. We have a separate section for that and separate people. So what we do is we hatch Artemiasis and give as a feed to the post larvae. During this period, during hatching, these Artemiasis release a chemical called as glycogen, which is a very good food for Vibrio. So the Vibrio loads will be very, very high in Artemia. So if you are feeding Artemia to the post larvae, means you are feeding Vibrio. So it's a major problem that we are facing. Vibrio is a major problem in shrimp hatcheries. So every day you are feeding Artemia, means every day it's like you are feeding Vibrio. Now this particular company, they started supplying, you can see on the top, it's a box of Artemia. So they hatch Artemia, they supply live Artemia, and every day they deliver it to the hatchery, and it's Vibrio free. So, and now again, they have added another product called enriched Artemia. It's a value addition. So they have solved a major problem. They have solved a major problem of, one is consistent supply, We need not maintain Artemia section at all. And second thing is, it is Vibrio free. So our hatcheries will be, larvae will be healthy. And the third problem is they have added value by enriching with essential fatty acids, so that they have solved the three problems. That's what I mean to say, that you solve the bigger problem, you get better profits. And then another startup, it's a Singapore-based startup. It's a company by name Peptobiotics. It's a chemical solution. Normally, earlier in the beginning of the industry, we were using antibiotics. Now antibiotics are banned. Even if you use antibiotics, at the time of harvesting, processing plants reject the material. Even if the processing plant take the material and export it, export rejections are there. What this company did, they have developed a synthetic peptides. With the help of genetic engineering, they modified a yeast that can produce peptides. These peptides, they can kill Vibrio. They have two types of peptides, one peptide for Vibrio and another peptide for Streptococcus in shrimp. So they're very narrow range. They're not broad range. So they kill only pathogenic bacteria and they don't kill probiotics. And there is no risk of antibiotic resistance. So as I told you earlier, they have both gram peptide that can kill gram-negative Vibrio and peptide that can specifically kill gram-positive Streptococcus. So this is a very big hit now. Recently, this year, they have entered into the India. Already, they were selling into Thailand and Vietnam. It's a Singapore-based company. It's a very good innovative idea. So it is also solving a major problem of pathogens in both the shrimp industry as well as the fish industry. So another startup. So Airuvaka Technologies. It's it's by an engineer from Andhra Pradesh by name Sri Ram. So we manage shrimp feed with the help of check trace. Then auto feeders has come. So what problem these auto feeders have solved is manpower problem. Instead of running a farm with the 10 people, we can run a farm with the 2 people. So then this guy by name Sri Ram has developed an acoustic auto feeder. It's a precision feeding program. So these shrimps, they produce sound while eating the pellets, while with the help of mandibles, they crush the feeds. So during that period, they produce a sound. He is able to capture the sound. So more sound means they're eating more. Less sound means they're eating less. Based on the sound, these auto feeders, if it is sound is more, they increase more feed. If the sound is less, they reduce feed. So by developing this, has added value. One is precision feeding. So you will be feeding only whenever the shrimps are eating, so that you can reduce manpower. You can reduce minimize the wastage of feed. So better FCR and better water quality. And now another addition is they have added to the solar. It's run by a solar. So another value addition. Now it's a sustainable energy. And finally, this guy has sold that technology and the company to a company called as Skirting. So has made a very good money. So has solved a major problem. So because of auto feeders only, Ecuador is able to produce more, and now they are the world leaders just because of auto feeders introduction. So he has solved a major problem. He has solved the problem of manpower as well as feed pollution. And then another startup in Andhra Pradesh. So they're just copied. So earlier there is a company called as Tomato, Tomata, Tomata. So they have a software. So what happens when a farmer came to hatchery to buy seeds? So we take a spoonful of seeds, put it in a bowl, and then we count it. So there are different problems, like it takes time. There is a chance for human errors. There is a chance for manipulation. Now what these guys are doing is just take a picture, upload the picture to the app. So with the help of AI and IoT, this app will count the individual post larvae, and you can see on the picture each PL there will be a dot. So you'll get the count, exact count, and it's documented. So with the human, there may be errors. For example, if they count 100, they may say it's around 90 or 70, or they may say it's 110 or 120, but it's well documented. So they have solved a problem. This is a minor problem. So they have solved a minor problem, so they are getting relatively less amount. If you solve a major problem, you get much more amount. So another startup, an innovative startup is Aqua Exchange. Now they call it as Next Aqua. They have combination of different things. They have auto feeders. So earlier auto feeders, we used to have a metallic bin. So as the temperature goes up, the heat of these bins goes up, and it also spoils the quality of the feed. And now they have developed an insulated bin. So by developing insulated bin, the feed quality will be good. And they have developed a power monitoring equipment called PowerMon. So the moment your aerator switch on, you will get a message. The moment the power gone, you will get a message. The moment your generator runs, you will get a message. So that with the power ban, the farmers are able to save the energy power costs up to 10%. It is proven. Almost 70,000 farmers in India, 70,000 acres in India are using this PowerMon, and they have also developed an app, and they also has insurance, crop insurance. So it's a financial problem. So they are solving multiple problems. So it is by some IIT guys, and they're able to successfully run this business. Now they are leading in India. So coming to the problems. So as I told you earlier, every problem is an opportunity for a startup or an opportunity for innovation. So for example, in the hatchery, the problems we are facing is we are sourcing polychaetes. Earlier, we were using live polychaetes sourced from the wild. Wild polychaetes are highly contaminated with Vibrio and EHP. So if you are feeding polychaetes means, wild polychaetes means we are getting EHP. So now we started sourcing polychaetes from Netherlands. So if any startup company, they can produce SPF polychaetes with a better nutrition in India, there is a huge market. Every year, our industry is importing around 70 tons of polychaetes from Netherlands. If any startup, they can develop a polychaete culture with the native species with a better nutrition that can match the cold water species. So there is a huge opportunity. And another problem in hatcheries is marketing. So normally what we do is we produce seed and search for the customer. Even tomorrow is the last packing, and today I'll look for a customer who can buy seed from a hatchery. But if anyone can develop an app that can connect both farmers as well as hatcheries, if they can book in advance through the app, so you can minimize so much of loss. So if you cannot sell within 3 to 4 days, you have to drain that seed. But if you can develop an app that can connect both farmers and hatcheries, it's a very good opportunity. And then in the hatchery, we have to maintain the exact temperature, 31 to 33 degrees centigrade. Even a half degree change in the Zoea stage, it will stop feeding and will start dying. So if you can develop a mechanism, normally what we do is every time we go there with the help of a normal thermometer, we measure the temperature. If it is low, we switch on the heater. If it is less, if it is high, we switch off the heater. So if someone can develop an automated system for temperature development, so all the 500 hatcheries in India can use it. Even they can give the technology to the outside world also. And another thing is major problem in India is power. So in my hatchery, every 2-3 hours there will be a power break. So if they can supply alternative energy sources, it will be a very good opportunity. And another problem this year, especially in 2024, there is a huge climatic change. For example, all of a sudden there will be clouds, all of a sudden there will be cloud burst. Sometimes entire day will be cloudy. So most of our algae systems, we call it as outdoor algae systems. We culture algae outdoor. So sometimes if there is no light, algae will not develop. So during that period, we are facing production problems. We have to, every day we have to feed from Zoea 1 to Mysis 3 with the live algae. There are some alternative products available in the market. One is the first one. You can see the the first one. You can see it's a paste. It's a centrifugal paste from a company called as Reed Mariculture in USA. They supply in the form of solid. It's a paste-like thing. So for this, you need a cold chain. Another startup company, they have supplied freeze-dried algae. It's a Thalassosira freeze-dried algae. So if anyone in India, they can develop the technology that can supply freeze-dried algae, especially algae species that are suitable for shrimp like Thalassosira. So it will be a very good opportunity. Another problem in the hatchery is biofilms. So biofilms, they harbor Vibrio, which is a pathogen. If anyone can come up with what do you call that? We just paint the tanks. So if you can mix a nano silver like thing in the paints, so we can minimize the biofilm formation. So less biofilm means less Vibrio. Less Vibrio means a better quality seed. So there are several major problems like this. If anyone is serious, they can come and sit in the hatchery. They can study the problems and select the bigger problem and start solving that problem. It will be a very good opportunity for the incubators. And coming to the farms, the major problems in farming is diseases. So there are several options in diseases. One is diagnostics. So far, most of the diagnostic kits we are importing from Taiwan or some other country. Even the lateral flow test strips that are we used to diagnose the white spot virus in the field is imported. There is no company in India producing these diagnostic kits in India. There are few PCR kits, but they are not that specific. Sensitivity is less, specificity is less. And coming to disease treatments, there is a huge scope for the development of nanoparticle based solutions, sanitizers. And coming to biosecurity, biosecurity is in Indian farms, especially shrimp farms, there is no biosecurity at all. That's why white spot outbreak is rampant. So what I used to say, most of our Indian farmers, they don't mind biosecurity. We mind biodiversity. We love biodiversity. And there is a good scope for immunostimulants. There are already proven 2 immunostimulants, but most of the immunostimulants we import from other countries. Products like beta glucan or peptidoglycan, we import from other countries. If anyone can develop these products in India, again, there is a huge scope. And probiotic strains. So for the past 20-25 years, I am also a probiotic manufacturer. I have a manufacturing plant in Varigonda near Nellore district. We are playing with the old strains like Bacillus subtilis, like Licheniformis. There is a huge scope for new strains development. What we are doing is we are sourcing strains from a culture collection centers, just multiplying that in a fermenter and making a product and selling. So there is a need for the development of new probiotic strains that are suitable for our Indian conditions, especially in high saline conditions. And another scope is stress reduction tools. To control diseases, stress reduction, stress management is another important aspect of disease management. So, for example, dissolved oxygen. Still, even right from the beginning of the shrimp industry, we are playing with those paddle wheel aerators. Now, nanobubble, some farmers are using, but the cost cost is very, very high. So if someone can come up with a low cost nanobubble technology, there is a huge scope. And finally, there are no R&D, private R&D centers that can conduct disease challenges. For example,
Sorry to interrupt. We have, I think, only 5 minutes. We shall wind up soon, sir. We'll
I
finish.
think this is the last slide,
Yeah,
madam.
yeah, sure.
So disease challenge facilities are not there. So if anyone can come up with the disease challenge study facility for disease challenge studies, it's again a huge chance. So other problems like now we have to comply with the traceability. Now, and another focus in domestic marketing of the shrimps is another important need of the industry. value addition for the domestic market is another important, and there are no training centers, and we are playing with very few species, needs species diversification, and we also need advanced farming systems that can meet the environmental standards and sustainability issues. So that's all. Thank you very much. For innovative and startups, we have to think out of the box and come up with the better solutions than existing. So first, thank you, Manage, for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ravi Kumar sir, for truly insightful and engaging session on startup opportunities in shrimp farming. So your message that every problem is an opportunity for innovation, and the way you link real industry challenge with the practical biological, technological, and digital solution was extremely inspiring. Your examples of startups like INV Bio and Peptobiotics, Eruaka Technologies, Bayline, and Aqua Exchange was really helpful. Thank you once again for sharing your valuable experience with us. And participants, if you have any questions regarding these two sessions, you can keep in chat box, and also you can raise your hands. So the questions will be taken up now. So meanwhile, we have some more questions in the chat box. I'll take up those questions. Gnaneshwar sir, kindly switch on your video. Hello, Gnaneshwar sir. Hope you are there. Yeah. Okay, sir. I'll take up
Right.
the questions. Now the session is open for the discussion.
Please.
So there is a question from Sandeepan. So this question is to both speakers. He's asking, sir, disease detection and water quality are few key needs in shrimp cultivation. But then also we see farmers using traditional methods in spite of new technologies. According to you, what are the key limitations in technology?
Yeah. See, we have been following the traditional ways of analyzing the waters, the soil suitable for aquaculture or even shrimp culture. Of course, there are many new devices which have come up with the electronic facilities, but still consider the farmer as a layman. He is basically an uneducated personality. We have to think the abilities, the educational background of the farmer. We cannot insist him to have the electronic devices. Maybe they are of great use, but still people are adopting the traditional and good old practices. For example, I am traveling nearer to a pond. I just saw on the sky, there are many birds flying over the pond. Immediately we suspect there is DO depletion in that particular pond. All the shrimps or fishes would have come to the surface of water, and thus all birds are flying over the pond waters, and we suspect the DO depletion. Like that, there are wonderful, beautiful, easiest way of knowing or analyzing the methods or the water parameters with which even a layman, an uneducated personality, maybe she is a woman, she is just a household woman, but she can understand. A farmer, without having any education qualifications, he can understand. See, when I was a scholar in the university, I was told by my seniors, see, our technology transfer must be very easy to understand, easy to adopt. So, yes, there are electronic devices which are coming up, but the basics again go back to the traditional methods only. Right.
Sir Ravi Kumar sir, you want to add anything to this?
Sir, for any technology or device, three things are important, madam. First thing is availability. Second thing is cost effectiveness. And third thing is ease of use.
Yeah.
So most of the
Thank-
farmers are able to use rapid diagnostic kits because it's easy and cost effective. they cannot go for PCR. And coming to water quality monitoring equipment, initially several farmers has purchased DO meters, but they don't know how to calibrate it. They have wrongly calibrated it and got the wrong results. So instead, some biological, as Dr. Sir was telling, biological indicators, they are the much better than sensors.
Yeah, thank you,
Right.
sir. Yeah. Gnaneshwar, sir, you are saying something?
Madam,
Okay. So Dr. Manjulesh is asking how to overcome salinization issue caused by intensive shrimp farming. So anyone can take up these questions, Gnaneshwar sir or Ravi Kumar sir.
let me tell you. Sri, as far as salinity is concerned, especially with reference to crab culture, because shrimps are dury-haline, means they themselves can get acclimatized in a given time to the any kind of saline waters. Maybe it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, actually, the sea waters are 32 in PPT. Whereas the same tiger and the same vanamai, which goes for breeding purposes to the sea waters, but when the larvae comes in search of food to the fresh waters, they themselves get acclimatized. So with reference to saline waters, cannot go for making artificial saline water. If there is blood A, B, O and AB groups available in the world, made in laboratory, we can adopt the same technology for saline water making. See, the saline water is, the sea water is that much rich. It contains 0.506 milligrams of gold. Can we add gold to the water? Not possible. Like that, making artificial saline water is not correct. If blood is made, then think of making artificial saline. Saline water means go the sea, bring the required amount of water from the sea in a container, keep it in your farm or hatchery and make use for your culture practices. Okay? Anything else?
Yeah, okay, sir. So one person has raised the hand. I'll unmute him. Gnaneshwar Rao, BioGavi Innovation, it seems. Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, I'm
am I
online.
audible?
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead with your
Sir.
question.
Sir, you explained about this one, sir, Aristogen using bacteriophage as this one. What are the regulations as of now, sir? Because it's like it's a kind of virus or prions, virions, which we say. But what is the regulation as the standing all over the globe as of now, sir? With
Sir,
regard to that.
as of now in India, if you can register the product with the CAA, it's okay, sir. There are no other regulations as of now, and they are very specific, sir. Even they cannot kill other Vibrio species. They specifically kill pathogenic Vibrio strains.
Because it's like at the end of the day, we like as a human is the consumer of it. So like, do we need to do any safety efficacy studies or any other things that is required as of now, or like whether it is
First of
better
all,
to do that?
first of all, they are not human pathogens. They are very narrow range. That means only they can kill Vibrio, few strains of Vibrio, not all strains of Vibrio. And they're naturally present in the environment. They're not genetically engineered. They're naturally present in the environment. They are isolated from the environment and enriched, cultured it.
So basically, as of now, CA certification will be more than enough for that those products which are derived from the nature to.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are 2 companies in India producing bacteriophages for shrimp, and there are several companies in India that are producing bacteriophages for humans.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Gnaneshwar. Hope you got the answer. So I'll quickly take up some more questions. So there is a question from Eldo Saji. So this question is to Ravi Kumar sir. So he's working on AI-based real-time fish disease detection. So I have some queries on that. Okay, he's asking to how to contact him. So Eldoshali, don't worry. Anyway, we'll give the contact details of the sir, so you can contact him. So the one more question, Shweta Patel, what new technologies or innovations are currently transforming shrimp farming in India?
So new technology is one is IoT based technology. IoT and app based technology is transforming in India and making the job of a shrimp farmer very easy. So with the help of your mobile phone, they can run the aerators. They know the dissolved oxygen levels. They can monitor the feed, and they can monitor dissolved oxygen levels. And entire farm is they can operate with a mobile phone. And if you are interested, you can visit some of the projects. I'll take you to the projects. Personally, you can see how they're operating it.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So one question, then now one more question is to Gnaneshwar, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, you told us that we can culture shrimp seed in plastic tanks or containers. Can you please explain the method briefly?
yes. See, it is throughout the world named as biofloc. Practically speaking, the biofloc means bio means living organisms, flock means colonies. These biofloc are existing since ages. Okay, but this plastic tank container culture, I named it instead of biofloc because the biofloc exists since ages, right? Take some amount of water, say for example 3000 liter capacity tank, maybe cotton canvas tank or plastic sheet container tank or aluminum sheet container with inner peripheral arranged plastic sheets. We can go for stocking the water in that container, and this can be either put in the open area or even in indoor culture practices. See, the size of the tank starts from 1000 liters, 3000 liters, 5000 liters, 25,000 liters, 35,000 liters, 50,000 liters, even up to 1 lakh liters. So you can arrange such kind of containers, and if the tanks are placed at open area, okay. Otherwise, if you want to have an indoor system, you need to have, you can also go for recirculatory aquaculture systems so that the same amount of water can be recycled for culture practices. So rearing of shrimps in 250 pieces stocked in 1 cubic meter of water. Please note down, this is very important. How many pieces can be stocked in cubic meter? Cubic means the aquaculture ponds are length, breadth, and even depth. So it is a length, breadth, as well, even depth. So that comes into cubic meters. So even in 1 cubic meter, we can stock up to 250 numbers of PL and rear for 40 to 60 days. And then you can switch over to bigger size ponds. So it is scientifically proven in Bhimavaram area with the help of the local farmers like Vishwanath Raju, and they have successfully harvested shrimps in plastic container tanks. Definitely, this is possible and we can do it. And in many other foreign countries, because their land is constrained, water is constrained, so they are making use of these REAs, recirculatory aquaculture systems, with plastic container tanks in smaller area but producing larger quantity of shrimps. If any further question is there, please welcome.
Yeah. So one more person has raised the hand. I'll unmute that. Bindu. Hello, Bindu. Yeah, Bindu, you can go ahead with your question. There is some problem with her
I
connection.
think she has
Okay.
already typed the question in the chat
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, she has. Shall I read that question, sir?
Yeah,
So,
please.
so this is Bindu from Matrix Seafoods. Since 2021, Matrix Seafoods company also started Royer Raju app for aquaculture farmer problems and solutions. Today we have almost 40K subscriptions on YouTube channel of Royer Raju, having 20K every day. We will give culture tips every Friday. We are giving scientist explanation about cultural practices. So number of farmers recently getting problems early days of seed affecting viral diseases. Is there any particular reason, sir?
Shall I answer?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. See, when I was delivering a lecture, just right from 11 to 11:30 a.m. today, I was telling that there is a calendar for culture practices of shrimp, especially after rainy season. If you go for stocking, that environmental conditions are not suitable for culture practices, as low temperature prevails in the environment. Definitely, the pathogen organisms multiply rapidly, as it is convenient for them to reproduce and gain large number in their population. So they attack the culture species. So we are supposed to maintain the calendar, follow the calendar, start shrimp culture right from January till rainy season, and finally just shut down and keep calm. Otherwise, these are all the problems. And very unfortunately, Mr. Dr. Ravikumar or Amarnani Ravikumar also might be knowing, people are blaming the hatchery people. They have not given good quality seeds. They are already infected. No, hatchery people will take every possible step to prevent the disease. They are obtaining the brooders by paying larger amount, and by importing from America, they are using the breeders for seed production. There is no chance blaming the hatchery people. The environment is the main constituent, right?
Yeah. Yes. So, Ravikumar sir, you want to add anything?
Yes, ma'am. The thing is, Dr. Sahul Hamid has done some work on the virulence of white spot virus. He has identified that he has already, I think, he has published. It's more virulent at present. Even it's able to, earlier we were not getting white spot virus in the summer when the temperature reaches 33 degrees or beyond that. Now it is adapted to even high temperature. So we have white spot outbreaks throughout there. First thing. Second thing, now we have multiple pathogens. So one side, it's adapted and virulent white spot virus, and the vibrio loads has also gone up in the system. And the second thing is quite unstable weather. So it's 2025, the weather fluctuations are very, very high. The third thing is, as I was mentioning in my presentation, our farms are not biosecured. We love more biodiversity than biosecurity. That's why we are inviting all the pathogens. And this white spot virus, there are already there are more than 100 carriers for white spot virus that can bring virus from other areas to the ponds. So these are the major regions for more viral outbreaks in the year 2025.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, one more question from Sambit. Do we have any shrimp disease prediction model specifically for coastal region? If so, what are the early warnings which we can be shared with the coastal farmers?
So in fact, there are no early warnings. And as far as the white spot virus outbreaks are concerned, there are no rules for that game. So anytime it can come, anywhere it can come. It has come all the way from China to India. When it came to India, within 1 month, it has spread throughout India within 1 month in the year 1994. So because number of carriers are more, and And stressors also play a major role, and we don't have SPT, specific pathogen tolerant, or SPR, specific pathogen resistant broodstock lines available now in India. Whereas Ecuador, they have both SPF and SPR. So they have very less white spot virus outbreaks when compared to other countries.
Yes, I would
So
like
there
to
is,
tell
yeah.
one answer to the, especially to the coastal aquaculture farmers. See, our farmers are having the habit of giving the food or feed to the shrimp early by 6 a.m. or even after that by 8 a.m. even during these cloudy days. This is not correct. Shrimps are nocturnal in habit. They are active during nights. The first meal must be given in the evening after 4 p.m. when the light falls. Then only the shrimps are active. But very unfortunately, all our shrimp farmers, even fish farmers, even though we advise not to give feed or food to the shrimps or even for fishes before 8 o'clock, it's not correct, especially for shrimp farmers. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So, yeah, I'll end up with one last question, that the basic question. So, from Prabhakara, is there any difference in size and taste between shrimps and prawns?
Yeah, I have already told you, all shrimps are marine in nature. All prawns are freshwater in nature. But in common man's language, they are named as prawns, even for shrimps. Shrimps, even for prawns. So it's a human general language. But shrimp means it is marine inborn, whereas prawn is freshwater inhabited, right?
Yeah. So thank you. That's all for the today. So thank you, participants, for all your questions. Still, if you have any questions, you can contact the speakers. The speaker contact details are shared in the chat box. And also, if you missed any part of today's webinar, and if you want to rewatch some of the key insights of the today's session, the YouTube link to watch the full session is also provided in the chat box. And to stay updated on upcoming events and programs and exciting opportunities from MANAGE-FISHub, be sure to follow us on our social media handles. Along with this, with MANAGE-FISHub, we are opening doors to various programs. The one such program is that the Fisheries Startup and Aquapreneurship Stakeholder Meet, which aims to bring together all the key stakeholders of India's fisheries and aquaculture ecosystem on a single collaborative platform, and it bridges the information gap. So it also provides the startup with opportunities to showcase their innovations and connect the partners, and they can learn from the successful ventures. So we are organizing this event at College of Fisheries, Mangalore on 9th January. So interested participants, you can register for this. And also along with this, MANAGE-FISHub has launched the AquaReach as an aquapreneurship accelerator initiatives to address the growing needs for practical income-oriented fisheries training at the grassroots level. So under these programs, actually, we are selecting one district in a state each month and conducting intensive one-day offline training hosted at the operational field level partner institution. So this program is open to wide range of participants, including fisher folks, farmers, women, rural youth, and small entrepreneurs, and also the students who are interested in the fisheries. So currently we are going to conduct this program in Karnataka, Kerala. So for more details regarding this program, you can check our website, and the details also given in the chat box. So on this note, I would like to conclude the session. And first of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed speakers, Gnaneshwar sir and Ravi Kumar sir, for generously sharing your valuable insights and patiently answering all the questions. And also a heartfelt thank to all the participants for your active engagement throughout the session. And also I extend my sincere thank to our director, Dr. Sarvanandra sir, for his vision and constant encouragement in nurturing aspiring aquapreneurs. And also my appreciation goes to the entire MANAGE-FISHub team for organizing this today's webinar. Before we close, please don't forget to give the feedback of this webinar. The feedback link is also given in the chat box, and do register for the upcoming webinar. As we step into 2026, we look forward to learning, innovation, and growing together. So wishing you all a very happy new year once again. Thank you, and see you all in the next webinar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you,
Excellent, sir,
Gnaneshwar
and
sir, Ravi Kumar sir.
Ravi Kumar,
Yeah.
sir. It is very nice. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ganesh,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
You have given me a good opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all participants.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, sir.